wait. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hey,
Good evening.
Nicole and Nick.
Hey. Welcome to Single in the City where kings meet queens. I am Nicole Everett.
I'm Joe Keetra,
Nick Raines, dating coach.
All right. And
the best dating coach.
yes, our
Thank
hit,
you.
Really rock.
our modern day hit. So we are the love team of Single in the City. We have been doing Single in the City where kings meet queens since August. We're coming up on a year. Can y'all believe that?
Wow.
August
Yeah.
of 2019, started in conjunction with Two Step Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Pavilion in Tallahassee. And boy, we've hosted meet and greets, we've hosted speed dating, we've done icebreakers, we've done Nick's tips, and we are just trying to bring the fun back to dating. So that's the whole purpose to, you know, for the singles who are out there, this is something for you to do. We've hosted quite a few Facebook Lives and had several guests. And today we are highlighting two actual singles that are going to tell you a little bit about themselves. And we're going to have a few questions for them. So, Joe Keetra.
I have a really quick favor to ask
Mhm.
because, today has been such an emotional day. I want to ask maybe if we can just take a moment and have a moment of reflection or silence for Representative Lewis.
Absolutely.
If we could just do that, pause for a minute and just have a moment of silence for him, please.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So, Nick, I
Yes,
think,
ma'am.
yeah, we want to have you introduce our first guest. But before you do, for those of you who are tuning in, if you would please like and share, do some watch parties, from this live. I see a few people that are commenting. Let us know where you're from. Courtney
Hey,
Walker,
Courtney.
Christy Johnson,
Courtney.
say greetings and salutations. We
Oh,
appreciate
Christy.
Hi, Christy.
being on here. So let us know where you're from. Tell us. Put it in the comments so we can give you a shout out before we get started.
And what about, if you told them about the single part, the spotlight, if they're interested in being on the spotlight.
Yes, if you are interested in being one of our featured singles, by all means, let us know. Hey there, Nicole. My name's Saint
Hello.
Dorothy.
Hey, Nicole.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. You never know. There may be a love connection out there. So, if you're interested in being spotlighted, by all means, tell either Nick, Jokeetra, or myself so we can make that happen. So, without further ado, we're going to let Nick bring on our first single.
All right. So her name is Alasha. So I don't want to go into detail too much because I may not do it justice. So I kind of want her to introduce herself when
Okay.
she comes out. So her name is Alasha, and I'm gonna let her do the rest. Okay. So you can bring on out, Nicole.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Go, Alicia. Go, Alicia.
Alicia dancing with
You look pretty.
Thank you. So do you.
Yes, yes.
Thank
So,
you.
Alicia, tell us about yourself. Where you from? What you do? Who you are?
I'm Alasha. I'm originally from Houston. I was born there, but I grew up here in Tallahassee. I am a registered nurse and also a nursing home administrator, and I work for a home health care company here in town doing marketing.
Wonderful.
Oh, you're an essential worker.
Yes, you
I
are.
am.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Alasha. Thank you very much. So do we want to dive right into it? We want to get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Alasha. I'm gonna start off with something real soft. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Night owl. Okay. All right. Okay. So what do you value in a relationship?
Communication, trustworthiness. The person needs to be dependable and stable in all aspects, financially, emotionally, spiritually.
That's some good stuff right there. I think that's very important in our relationship. So I appreciate that answer. Okay. What is your idea of a romantic evening?
Oh my.
Yeah, yes. And take your time. Take your time too. So, set the stage and paint it all. Take your time.
I gotta think because I haven't
Okay, go
really
ahead.
been much of a romantic type of
Take your
person.
time. Take your time.
I would say for me, it would be like more of a dinner at home, just the two of us, watching movies, maybe like a candlelit dinner, real intimate.
Okay. I like it. I like it. And y'all feel free, Nicole and Jaketra, to chime in if y'all want to. We just going down the question. We're gonna take our time with it. Okay.
I can ask questions too.
If you want to, you want to chime in if you want to ask something. But
So are you a Seminole or are you a Gator? Are you a Rattler? Which one?
I am a diehard Seminole.
All right, go Noles.
Go Noles.
So, Alasha, what do you do for fun, or what are some of your hobbies?
Well, pre-COVID, I enjoy traveling. I'm really big on traveling. I like to go to new places, have new experiences. I'm very outdoorsy, which most people don't think that about me, but I like to kayak, do ATV riding. I like to go paintballing, just anything outside. I'm an outside person.
Sort of adventurous. I see that.
I am.
And like you said, definitely wouldn't know that about you, that you were kind of outdoor type of lady. But that's a great thing, though. That is great. All right, so I'm going to get into some other type of questions, okay? If you had $1 million, what would you do with that?
Quit my job.
Right? Okay. And then, you quit your job. Now you got all this time in your hands. You quit your job. Now you got all this time in your hand. What you going to do with $1 million?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is finish paying my house off, pay off my student loans. And then I would probably invest. I had a couple of business ventures that I've always thought about doing. So I'll probably invest into those so that they can generate some more income, and try to find other ways of streaming like some more passive income and make sure that it lasted and I didn't have to go back to work, because I'm going to make a big scene when I quit.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't say a big scene.
It did. That's real good. You sound very business savvy. So I know anybody appreciate that, someone that actually knows how to invest and things of that nature. So, okay, definitely. Real quick.
I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
Do you have any kids?
I do. I have a 15-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter.
Oh, nice.
Okay. All right, quick question relating to pets. You a dog or a cat person?
I'm a dog person, but I prefer no pets. But if I had to have a pet, it would be a dog. But it would have to be house trained.
Got you. I understand that.
So where's your most favorite place that you have traveled to, and why?
My favorite place is Honduras. I loved when I went there and visited. They had like some of the bluest water ever, and then just being in that culture, just going through like the city part and the town part, just seeing how the people lived and tasting their food and just experiencing some things that they enjoy doing, and went horseback riding through the rainforest. It was amazing.
Oh, that sounds nice. And if you win that $1 million, I'm your new best friend. We going back to Honduras.
I love it.
Oh, Honduras. Okay. Wow.
So, Alasha, if a cashier gives you too much money, what do you do?
I give it back.
Give it back? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Character.
The trick question.
Integrity. So, Alasha, what's some of the nicknames that you may have had in the past? Or
Don't go. No. I would dare not tell you my family nickname.
Okay, I mean, nothing that's gonna embarrass you, anything like that, but some things that maybe people may want to know, some that you may even like, some nicknames you may even like.
I don't know. Usually people call me, like my friends, they'll call me, nobody really calls me nicknames. They'll shorten Alasha, just take the A off and just be like Lasha or whatnot, but that's about it.
Okay. All right.
No, you got to give us one good nickname now. Just one.
Oh,
come on now. Just one.
I give you my least embarrassing one is Lacey. That's what most of my family call me, Lacey.
Yeah, that was nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
What do you answer to? Go ahead, Nicole.
What do you answer to though?
Alasha. Alasha.
All right.
Alasha, if you was to take a class, what type of class would that be?
It would be something what I always want to do, broadcast journalism. So something to do with, I always thought I would be like a news anchor or a sports reporter. So something in communications.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see you doing that. You have the look for it.
Okay. I was never supposed to be a nurse. I was supposed to be on TV somewhere.
So what's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
So do you know the game? Did you play?
I did not play. I enjoy watching it. The seasons are too long, so I only like to watch it towards the end of the season. But I follow all sports: basketball, football, whatever. I can watch anything except for golf.
And who's your favorite athlete?
Yeah, my favorite athlete has retired, but it was Peyton Manning.
Okay.
I was a big Peyton fan.
Okay, quarterback.
Yes, I love Peyton.
So, Alasha, if you were stranded on an island, what 3 things would you wish you had, or what 3 things would you take?
It's a difficult question, Nick. Because I don't want to be stranded nowhere.
You know, women can't just take 3 things.
Right. I don't want to be stranded, but I would take a phone.
Okay.
A lighter, or like a lighter or some matches or something to make a fire, do something. All right. And I would have to take like a weapon, a machete or a gun or something.
You've been watching
like that. Go ahead.
You've been watching Naked and Afraid, Alasha.
I've been watching Survivor.
That's a type of outdoorsy type of answer too. A weapon. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Alasha, do you know how to cook?
Do I know how to do what now?
Cook. You enjoy cooking?
I do not enjoy cooking. I know how to cook and I cook well. I have always been more of a worker and less domesticated-ish, but I do cook 5 times a week.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So, Alasha, if you had to sum up your life, what would be one word that would probably describe your life?
Unpredictable.
Okay.
I like that.
I do. I think a lot of guys would appreciate that too, being unpredictable, because the spontaneity, not being mundane, stuff getting boring. So that's great. I like that answer.
I do not enjoy, I always feel when you work a job, when you're not an entrepreneur and you have to be on somebody's time, you have to have that traditional Monday through Friday type of job. I felt like since I had to work like that when I came in my home life, I didn't want a traditional relationship. So I don't like a relationship that's routine and comfortable. I like it to be spontaneous and exciting and adventurous and everything.
Okay.
So Alasha, you
balance that structured life.
Right. So yeah, you strike me as a young lady that like to have fun. So what's some of the things that make you laugh? Like you strike me like you have a good personality. What's some things that kind of make you laugh or you like to laugh at?
I like comedy shows, so I like to go to comedy shows. I was a big Wild 'N Out fan, so I wanted to go to Wild 'N Out this year, but that went away. I just enjoy, I like jokes, but not like overly goofy jokes, but some things, a little sense of humor is nice. So I can pretty much laugh at anything. I laugh at myself all the time.
That's good that you're able to laugh at yourself.
Right. That is good. Nicole, Jaketra, y'all have any other comments or questions?
So, what was something that you learned from your last relationship about yourself?
Oh, that's a pain point. The biggest thing in my last relationship, I learned, and my last relationship was a couple of years ago, but one of the biggest things I learned was that I was not as ready as I thought I was.
Okay.
And I was lacking patience. And I thought I had grown more and was ready, but I still wasn't.
But that's something. It's good that you were able to be self-aware as it relates to that. You know, I think maybe sometimes we think that we're ready, and then we get into it and it's like, not so much. So
exactly,
that's a valuable lesson, though.
Yeah, very transparent answer. And like you said, we should always learn from each relationship and take that, you know. And if it's bad, it's definitely not try not to bring it, but definitely learn and be a better person after that. But Nicole, do we have any questions from the audience? Say anything?
Oh, sorry. No. If you all have any questions of Alasha, now would be the time to put that in the comments. So let us know. Alasha, did you tell us how old you were?
No, I did not.
You know, I wasn't going to ask that. As a man, I wasn't going to ask that.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know. All right.
She's 25.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. 21.
Well, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Right. You don't want to share your age?
No, I don't.
Okay, well then I have a listen. Black don't crack. We got to be proud of our age because we out here representing. Okay, and if you don't want to share your age, that's fine. Can you share like what is the age range that you like when you're dating? What is that range?
I prefer like 37 to about 47, 48.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Well, how is dating in Tallahassee?
Oh, it is just difficult. When you're from Tallahassee, it makes it more difficult because you run into, if you mainly went to school with these people, everybody's kind of related to each other or they're friends. So it's difficult to have like a fresh start or be in a relationship where you're not intertwined or interconnected in some other previous relationship or friendship. So it's difficult. The pool is small.
Well, you know what am I hearing you to say, Alasha, if Nicole and I happen to run across a man from Tallahassee, we might need to run him by you.
Yes. either him or his dad.
Or his daddy. Because you just might know that person and their family. Okay.
So put your number in the private chat for me, please, ma'am.
So any comments?
Run them by you. Okay.
Any comments?
Right. No comments from the audience.
All right.
We gotta move on. Alasha,
right.
How long have you? Let me just ask this: how long have you been in Tallahassee?
For I would say about 26 years.
Okay.
For a long time. I was raised here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I lived in Houston. How long did you live in Houston?
For about 6-7 years.
Okay.
I mean, all of my family's still there, so I try to go back and visit once a year.
Okay. It's a lot of Black men in Houston available.
It is. I've been considering a move, but I love Tallahassee. I'm accustomed to it.
Well, I know there are a lot of groups for singles, and I know Houston is one of them. So like over 40. So you may want to look into joining one of those groups because there are some really good guys in Houston.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we got
hey DK, what up?
He's been on our show twice. Thank you for being on here. We do have a question on the floor. Courtney wants to know if you had to choose online dating or blind date, which one?
Online dating.
Online. Okay.
I like to be able to see, scan, ask questions.
Yes. Yeah. No catfishing.
We
No.
get it. We
But
get it.
do we have anything else, Nicole?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So, Alasha, before you go, anything we did not ask or something else that you may want to share with the audience before you go?
No, I think you guys covered the gist of it.
Okay. All right. Well, we definitely
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yeah, we
Thank
definitely
you for joining us.
Yes, we
Letting
appreciate
us get all up in your business.
It's fine.
All right. Well, you'll have to come back and visit us and let us know if you make a love connection.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
but hold on for a minute. If someone is interested, also, I almost forgot. How do you want them to kind of contact you, Alasha?
They can message me on Facebook.
Okay.
Great.
And what's Alasha, what's your Facebook handle?
It's my name, Alasha, Alasha, and my last name, Keels.
Keels. Okay. I'm just putting it in the chat in the comments. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much,
Thank you.
Alasha.
Have a good night.
Bye.
All right. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
That
fun.
was fun. She's beautiful. And I think we need to make make sure that the audience knows that she had no idea what questions were going to be asked.
Yeah, we did not. Mm-mm.
And I think she did well for that to be the case.
She
Yeah,
did.
this was not scripted. This is not scripted at all.
So if y'all want to come on as a single and be highlighted, spotlighted, all of that, let us get all up in your business. Just know that the questions are going to be raw.
But not too intrusive, because we don't want anybody to get afraid. So we're gonna
yeah, of course not.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we ready for our next single?
Yes.
Ready, Freddie.
All right. Joe Keecher.
So our next single, his name is Ozzie. Y'all, I'm sure y'all have seen him because he comments every week and he has such great feedback. But I happen to know Ozzie personally. I met him. We are in this group, the DMV group, and I had the opportunity to meet him in one of my travels to the DMV. So Ozzie can tell a little bit more about himself, but
okay,
I hope y'all can welcome Ozzie and show him some love.
So wait, before we bring Ozzie out, I gotta share this comment. DK said, "Can I connect with some of the food Joe Keetra is eating?"
I'm sorry, y'all. Please forgive me but I've talked about how greedy I am. So I'm eating some salmon that I cooked in my air fryer and some buffalo chicken dip that I cooked in my crock.
Welcome, Ozzie.
Hey,
Ozzie. What's up, love team?
What's up, Ozzie? What's up, man?
Not much, man. How y'all doing, man? I'm glad that I could join y'all tonight, and thanks for having me. And my fingers don't have to be working like butterfingers. It should be working in Jokicha tray or in a bowl and a plate and get some of that salmon out of there. How was that grill?
Well, Ozzie, since that voice is coming across, do you mind sharing with the audience, your background, where you're from? Because I know you enjoy cooking, but if you could just share a little bit about yourself, that'd be great.
All right, sound good, sound good. My name is Ozzie Daniel. I'm from St. Croix, Virgin Islands. I lived there for 18 years, and then I left there and moved to Connecticut for a short time, joined the Navy, did a career in the Navy. After the Navy, I went on and venture on to other avenues. Then I went back to school and work on my bachelor's because that was my first goal when I joined the Navy, was to get the GI Bill so I could go to school. But I ended up making a career out of it. So when I finished the career, it still wasn't within me to finish. Even though I did do some courses while I was in the Navy, I still had to finish. So I finished, got my bachelor's in psychology, and then I sat for a little bit, and then my brain started itching and said, feed me, Seymour, feed me some more. So I went back and get my master's in leadership. And right now, I'm a counselor, mental health that I have been doing for about 5 years.
Okay.
So I enjoy it. It's tough work, but the reward is great seeing other people achieve and do better in their life.
So real
Awesome.
quick, Ozzy, you say you're from St. Croix. Do you know a guy by the name of Jeff Kings?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right.
Um,
He's from St. Croix too as
Usually,
well.
the way how we identify how we know people, we ask them what year they graduated from high
Got
school.
you, got you, got
Well,
you.
Ozzy, do you mind sharing your age?
Oh yeah, born Christmas Day, 50 years old. Looking like 38 now since I got a little bit of salt and pepper. You don't need no salt and pepper on your table no more. You just come to my beard.
I love it. Well, Ozzy, do you have any kids?
Yes, I do. I have two kids. I should. My daughter told me I'm no longer. I call her my young adult. She said, "No, Dad, I'm your young child." I said, "Why is that?" Because I will always be your child. So I do have a daughter that lives in New York, and I have a son that lives in North Carolina. So beautiful children, smart, and doing well in school, and she's a nurse.
Okay.
Okay. Well, can you tell me how is the dating scene where you reside?
Oh, feeling like a monk right now since we are in the pandemic mode right now. You don't get out and about, you stay at home, and you really don't get to see much people. You're doing exactly what we're doing right now, video chat, either by text or just keep up with my friends and stuff. But whereas dating wise, you know, I think people who are further away have a greater connectivity with you than people who live right within your vicinity because they think, well, he's there ready, so I get up with him, whatever. But it's fun when everything was normal, you actually get out and socialize. So basically, I usually used to go out and just meet people and mingle. So if there's a connect, I just flow with it. If no connect, it's still okay. You know? Yeah, because I'm not trying to get married tomorrow. So just good companionship.
Okay. You're not trying to get married tomorrow, but you would like to get married.
Oh yeah, to the right person, yeah. You never
Okay.
say never. I got that from Nicole. Yeah, never say never.
Look at you, Nicole, being influential. Well,
Take your time, my brother. Take your time. That's your time is
Yeah,
your greatest asset.
that's right. That's right.
okay,
That's right.
we 50. Okay. What is your idea of a romantic evening?
Well, that's a I look at it as sunset. I love the sunset. Okay. I'm a morning person, but I love the sunset. So, getting nice bottle of wine, you go out to the ocean, even though I live right there on Virginia Beach, 10 minutes away from the ocean, get your chair, get a blanket, roll out there with a bottle of wine, couple of knickknacks to nip on, and catch the sunset and relax while the wave just hit the shore. You know, that's just a one on one. But whereas a nice romantic evening I would look at it as get on a nice little cruise, a night cruise, do some dinner, get some breeze out there on the deck, and get to know each other even better.
It's so amazing when you talk to people that live in different, areas, how they view dating, because in Tallahassee, it would be nice if we had, a boat that we can go on and have a dinner, on the boat, but we don't have that option here. So if you had a date and she was coming over for dinner, what would you prepare for her?
Well, first off, I will ask her if she have any allergies,
Ooh,
and
you being
uh,
considerate.
and I make sure what she like, either fish or steak or chicken. What's her preference? But with couple of conversations, I probably would have catch on to that already of what she likes. So whatever she likes, I just prepare it. I just tell her I'm allergic to shellfish, so that's totally out of the equation.
Well,
He
Yeah.
said
one of
some
the,
real. He said some real key. He said in a couple of conversations he'll be able to
yeah,
tell. So that means
Yes, it
you
did.
you pay attention to detail, Ozzy, which is great. Yeah.
yeah, and that's one of Nick's tips that he had shared in one of our events. He talked about when you're on the phone with someone, you can get a little book, and in conversation, you can take notes, and then that way, you can oblige. So, but Ozzy, it seemed like you already got that one checked off. So,
We dealing with we dealing with a professional. He's a
Yes.
mental health counselor. So he
Yes.
right.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, well, if you had $1 million,
Okay.
what would you do with it?
What would I do with it? First off, $1 million in today's time is really not a lot of money. Okay. But it's sufficient enough to have a good cushion. So any outstanding bills, get rid of it. Plug into a couple of investments here and there. And of course, get my jazz joint that I always wanted, and have that set up. And also make sure I look out for mom and dad, make sure they're okay. My brothers and sisters, make sure they're okay. And my son and daughter, just make sure they're okay. And the rest of it, just bank it and let it grow some interest and have some investment and buy a new house. Yeah.
Well, that's good stuff. You look like you
Yeah.
covered everything.
First
Okay,
Mhm.
vacation. I like it.
I got to ask you, what is your ideal mate? What does she look like? What values does she have?
Good question. The first thing that I usually look at is their attributes. That is the first thing I check into. How deep their soul, how deep they are into their own soul, because that's where the pureness is at. That's where all the goodness is in the soul. So that is the first thing that I will look on. Well, of course, the physical attraction is very important, but listening to her voice, how she converse, what's her idea of life, what's her perception of life, what's her experience in life, and these things really going to come together as one. And of course, my ideal lady, I, I'm not that picky like how I used to be in my early 20s. Yeah, so I kind of looking at things in a different way because people change, time changes, things evolve. But one thing that never changes the soul. So everybody at the end of the day, they want somebody to be happy with, have joy with, be kind to, and how they treat you and how you treat them. So if you're able to connect with someone that have a great interest in you to the point of having good in-depth conversation and y'all could have harmony together, I you can't be too picky about that because I have learned over a lifespan that that's not easy to come by. There's only a few out there that you're really going to connect with on a soul level. So that's my real, that's number one for me. And of course, if you really connect on that soul level, all the pieces gonna flow together. She'll have it together. Yes.
I like
So
that. Look, that
yeah,
that was
so
very touching, Ozzy.
oh
Mhm.
wow, I'm so glad you moved there, Jakitra.
Yes, I was very touched. I was going for the lean and like, give me more, give me more.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, so
I
mhm.
have one last question for me, and then I don't know if Nicole and Nick may have any. But how do you de-stress from a really rough day?
Well, being a mental health counselor, you got to have an outlet. If you do not have an outlet, you will be in a psychiatric center yourself. So what I usually do, I'm a morning person, so when I get up in the morning, I have my different tunes of meditation music that I listen to. So I put that headset on, and each one is about 15 minutes long. So I choose different ones every so often. So that's the first thing I will probably put in my head in the morning. And then I have my devotion. release. Make that connection and have that spiritual connection right there, because you need that wisdom daily. You need that wisdom daily. And also, if you love to listen to music, listen to music. If you like to just go out and work out, but you have to be doing something active, to really stay in tune with yourself. The more in tune you are with yourself, the more in tune your clients and others will be too, because they're going to start feeding off of that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nick, Nicole, y'all have any questions for Ozzie?
I just got comments like, Ozzie, I wish I was close to that beach. I love the beach. I
Yeah.
love to spend time by the beach, stay on the
Yeah.
beach. So, man, I wish I had that luxury that you had.
Well, you need to make that arrangement for St. Croix, not too
Yes.
much Virginia Beach. St.
Yeah.
Croix. Yeah.
I heard
Right.
great things about St. Croix.
I'll send you a picture of the Buck Island down there so you can really see how crystal clear that water is. You'll
Okay.
get home. You'll want to say, man, I'm not even from there, but I feel homesick.
That's good.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Yes.
So I have a question, Ozzie.
Mm.
What was something that you learned about yourself from your last relationship?
Oh, yes. You're supposed to continually learn about yourself as you evolve year by year, relationship to relationship, because everybody is totally different. Totally different. So, what I really learned from my last relationship, I learned that you got to forgive.
Hmm.
You got to forgive. Even though sometimes you were placed in the most awkward position and situation that is totally that person error, and you have every right to justify the situation. When you really look back and see how much good that you all shared, we tend to focus so much on the negative so
Hmm.
much and forget all about the joy, about the happy time, all the things that we did and share together. These are the things that we need to go back and rekindle. But the funny thing about it is this: when you stay in a relationship and everything get exhausted to that point, knowing the type of person I am, deuces, I am gone. And ain't no, it's not no returning or anything like
Please.
that. I would take care of all my responsibility behind of it. I'd take care of my children. I'll do everything. But one thing you cannot buy in no bank is a peace of mind.
So Ozzie, I have a request from
Okay.
one of the viewers. They want you to take your glasses off because they
Oh,
can't see you.
they can't see me? All
Yeah.
right.
No,
Here
no,
we go.
they want to see your eyes.
You want to
They want to
see?
see your eyes.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I have another question on the floor, and it is Christy wanted to know, as a mental health counselor, what population do you currently work with? And I don't think you mentioned that. So who do you work with, Ozzie?
What agency or?
No, what population do you primarily see? Is it youth? Is it uh
Oh, I'm young adults,
okay.
adults 18 and older.
Okay.
Yeah. And I tend to focus more on the men,
Yeah.
because they're the one that really need that guidance and leadership. You get them right, you're going to get the whole household right,
Yes,
because
drop the mic.
you know so that they really are of my focus. So when I spend time with them and I help them in different areas that they find that is challenging, I just find different angles that they could be encouraged, so they could actually feel confident enough to take on life itself.
Hmm.
So it could be a real challenge. What's easy for us is very challenging for them, especially if they've been through a lot of crisis and situations, even to the point of being locked up,
Hmm.
and they do get free or released, it's still that mental part of them is still regulating, and you have to get them to live in their present tense.
True. True. Very important work.
Mhm.
Very important work. So what is what's something about you that your next mate you hope that they get, that they, something about you that you hope that they get, you know, something, maybe special that maybe you can't see on the surface, but you hope that they understand about you.
Besides being a awesome cook and filling the belly with oxtails and curry goat and curry chicken, I am a down to earth person and I love life, to the fullest. And the more you take time to really learn me, you're basically going to find, hey, I'm just a what they call me sometime, a big teddy bear. I mean, I'm just a loving person. You know, I think I'm just a great person overall because humility goes a long way, humor goes a long way, and I think at time if you connect with me right, I mean, I have you rolling on the floor all the time because laughter is everything for me. At the end of the day, so. Hey, love, a loving person. At the end of the day, yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Very good. Thank you, Ozzy.
You're welcome,
Ozzy,
Nicole.
Ozzy is the one that always recognizes our color. So thank you for complying with our color. And if I can ask you, out of
Yeah,
all the colors that we have worn, which color do you think looks the best on us? Which color do you like better?
red.
Okay, that's Nicole's color.
Yeah.
That's Nicole's. Nicole
I knew
told
you
you
get
to
me
say that.
excited.
She told you to say that.
I know she did. See, my curtain is like burnt orange, so it's
I
almost
see.
that
It
kind of
looks
close
red.
color. I like that.
Red.
So,
It looks
yeah,
red.
red look like because y'all a love team. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So that means you got
red.
red.
Yeah.
You got to come
Hey,
bursting out.
listen,
Hmm?
for me, since we in this whole Black Lives Matter movement, everything is black to me. Black carpet,
Yeah.
the black
Black
dot with
carpet.
the red heart in place with the black heart. Everything is black. Blackity black.
Wow, black carpet. That's quite interesting. Do you have like a rug over it, like a red
No, I'm
rug?
just saying, when they say we're gonna walk the red carpet,
Yeah,
no, we walk
yes.
the black carpet.
Okay,
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay, okay. Got you. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
was gonna
thank
say, yeah, okay, thank you. But I was gonna say, Ozzy, you strike me as a guy that with very high value. For one comment that you said is that you don't stick around in toxic relationships. And people that value themselves very highly, they don't stick around in toxic relationships. But also, you strike me as a guy that's very well rounded. Pays attention to detail and everything. So I really appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
So
thank you.
we appreciate you being a regular and contributing to the conversation, each time we are on. So, we consider you to be part of the family.
Yeah, you're all great people. Y'all really care. Your personality shine. I had the honor of meeting Jakitra and, Jakitra meeting her I mean, on Facebook and meeting her live is like the same person. So,
Yes. What you
ain't
say
no
is what you
fake,
get.
ain't no
Yeah.
fake about her. And it's a beautiful
Thank
thing.
you.
And Nicole, you're awesome. And Nick is pretty laid back, but when he start talking, he really get into it. So I really
Very
appreciate that very much.
yes.
He's the
Yeah.
best. And Nicole, all right too.
Nicole is awesome.
Look, Bobby is on my show on Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
listening and
it's all about
contributing.
support. It's all about
Right.
support.
And I appreciate that. I really do.
You're
So,
welcome.
Ozzy, how can, somebody that wants to connect with you reach
Hmm.
out to you?
Yeah, that
Hey.
person who wanted you to take them glasses off so she could see them eyes.
Yeah, right.
Those
She,
brown eyes.
look, she messaged and was like, please tell Ozzy to take his glasses off so I can see his eyes.
You might
Oh
want to touch
wow,
the
thank you.
ball.
They could, just like how y'all ladies are be getting hit up in your DMs, you know, hit me up in my DM, DM me,
All right.
so yeah,
So,
it's all good, I answer, I respond.
So it's Ozzie Daniel on Facebook.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm putting that in the.
Ozzie, I gotta ask this because we've talked about this before. How tall are you?
5'8".
Okay.
Yes, I'm taller than you, Jakitra, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. You know, all these ladies that be asking, "Oh, I want him to be 6 foot tall," 6'4", six, and they're like 4'2". It's like, okay, you know,
I have nothing to say because I know how tall I am. I'm tall.
even with heels on, just all they do is pump up 1 more inch, 4'9". It's like, really? Yeah. Knowing well, their mom or dad is nothing but 4'1". So but they want the tallest guy. So wow, it's amazing. So yeah, it's all good. Jakicha, what I always tell people, anyways, I am not going back into my mother womb a second time to say, Mom, can you pop me out one more time so I could be 6'4"? No, ain't happening. You see it, embrace it with all your heart, mind, and soul.
That's
As my
right.
mom would say, when I used to get a spanking from my mom, right? She said, "Oh, you think you're getting a little taller than me? I'm gonna just get a stool and stand on there and be a little taller than you, so you could see that. Hey, I'm still mom, no matter what." I'm
Right.
like, whatever, mom. I hear you. So, but the most important thing, if people focus on the attributes of people, all of that stuff will be secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, focus on how somebody treats you. You know, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ozzie, we want to thank you for participating in our single spotlight tonight.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, you got me good there, Mr. Keitra. Yes, indeed. That is all right.
I got you good. How?
Huh? Well, oh no, no, I'm just messing with you.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
like,
I already knew I was gonna be on a hot seat. I already knew it. So
thank you.
yeah,
You
yeah,
did good.
so
You did
that's why
wonderful.
that's why I had my cup of tea, had my bowl of soup, had all of that before I came on. So yeah,
You did great, Ozzie.
You did wonderful, Ozzie. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And
you're
green looks
welcome.
good on you.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll see you.
have
We'll
have
see
a great
you soon,
evening.
Ozzie.
All right.
All right. All right. So, woohoo! We did our first single spotlights.
Yes.
Ozzie Daniel and Alasha Keels. So that was fun.
That
Hopefully,
was fun. They
you
were great.
yeah, they
Yes.
were. They were. So if you all are interested in being spotlighted, by all means, let us know, either Nick, Shokitra, or myself, or message us on Single in the City Where Kings Meet Queens Facebook page. So we can spotlight you. All right. So we have a question that we want to address. Jokisha, why are you laughing? I don't even know.
She busy over there. She doing something. You already know. She busy.
Come
She's
on.
busy. Right. She busy.
Well, Nick, come on. Don't forget we have a question.
Okay, well, let me apologize to everyone that's watching because I was so rude to be eating. I am so sorry that I was, but I got text messages from people like, "What are you eating? Stop eating." So I apologize, guys. Sorry.
It's all good. All right. So Nick, we what we got going on? We got a question? What we doing?
Yeah, we got that question. So you have the question on you, Nicole?
I do not.
Oh man.
I thought y'all had a question.
Yeah, we did have a question. We did.
Look, while we get our questions, we do have some questions, but
Okay.
So while Nick is identifying the questions, does anybody?
Well, I have a question to the viewers.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone want to hook up with Ozzie or Alasha? Can we go ahead and get a date plan? you know.
The love
Ozzy,
connector.
Ozzy's in Virginia Beach and she's in Tallahassee. So if we got any available Tallahassee men on the live, you heard from her.
Mm-hmm.
And Virginia Beach is a beautiful area. So Ozzy is an amazing cook and 50 years old. He ready?
And a cool dude.
Huh?
And a cool dude. A cool dude.
Oh, I thought you said in the cold too.
A
Okay,
cool,
a cool.
yeah, he's really down to earth.
Yes, when I visited, when I first met him, we were outside of Cold Stone and we had some, we called them benchmark conversations. We sat on outside and talked with, I think it was like 4 other singles, and we just had a really good conversation for hours about relationships. So it's amazing to hear different perspectives from people that live in different areas because dating can be viewed differently depending on where you live, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was good to see that.
Right. It is. Okay. So did any of our viewers have any questions?
Right.
Relative to dating? While Nick is finding our questions, we actually do develop questions for the show. But we wanted to try something different with this single spotlight.
Okay, y'all don't want me to come up with my questions.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I have to. I thought y'all already.
Nick, you got yours?
I'm trying to, let's see.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to let my live go over here.
No one had any questions in the live throughout. They had any questions for them?
We already asked them.
That was it?
Yep.
Nobody asked when DK was coming back since he showed up on the live saying, hey.
Nope, they sure didn't. Nope.
I know they're ready for him to come back.
So what about entanglements?
Oh, that was it.
I know that is a popular topic right now, entanglements. Any thoughts about entanglements?
We'll let the professional share. Then I think we could comment because I'm pretty sure there's somebody on the live that they probably typing up what they want to say. So what do you think about it, Nick?
I would like to hear somebody's definition of entanglements first. I would like to hear that, before I kind of give my thoughts.
To get you started, well, since DK just popped up, I knew that was going to be the church sermons. I wonder if he had a church sermon about entanglement. So Daryl, if you had a church sermon about entanglement, come on, tell us and let us know how we can get the tape. But I know I did watch Pastor Jackson's sermon on that Sunday on thank you, DK. But I did watch his sermon about entanglement, and he came from a biblical perspective because when we were growing up, grandmas used to be like, I'm wrapped up, tied up, entangled. That was where it came from, and he related it to how we should be entangled with God. So that was a good perspective to hear about it. But
so I'm getting a number of comments from my watch party. People are saying no. Familia said no to entanglements. Don't try that word unless you want your stuff to be left to the unless you want your stuff to the left. So she's singing Beyonce to the left. Kathy said entanglements stink. Jacinta said don't have them, period. Let's see. And DK just said nope, I did not, wasn't led that way.
Oh, okay. So no sermon on it.
Okay.
I like your profile, but and maybe he wasn't led that way. It'd be interesting. I mean, were you not led that way because you just didn't want to deal with it? You didn't want to discuss it. I mean, I think that the word how Jada, I just think that everything about that was just kind of planned out because, she has a show where she's very, open So I think that she had to address it after he addressed it. But I think the use of the word was very creative, and to just get to get it out there.
Mhm.
I
But
think
I would hope that no one wants to be entangled with someone. That just doesn't even sound like in a relationship that would be good.
I think DK was saying that he wasn't led that way because he by the Lord. He get his sermons from the Lord, so he wasn't really led that way.
So, what's the difference between maybe an entanglement and a situationship?
Or a side piece. Be my side piece.
I mean, that might be the case as well.
Well, I don't want to be a side piece. I don't want to be in a situationship. So either way, I would hope that I just think that everybody should have one person for themselves.
Mhm.
How about that?
Right. Honesty is the key. And if you have an entanglement, that's definitely not being honest and being upfront, especially if you're in an exclusive relationship. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's some other type stuff.
So entanglement lends itself to deception or not being honest. So I'm assuming that's what we are stating here, is that entanglement lends itself to, not telling the person, not telling, I guess, your main person, or the person you're supposed to have an exclusive relationship with, about someone else.
At
Or
least there was a situation with Will and Jada. That's what I was kind of speaking on, not being honest or not being upfront about what was going on.
Here's my take on that.
Mhm.
I I think that Will knew that Jada was messing with August. I think that from the interview, when Jada said that she wanted to feel good, I think that Will wasn't making her feel good. I think that August made her feel good much better than she had thought that he would make her feel good. And I think that Will told her she needed to end the entanglement. And August is a younger man. So I think they both were entangled with each other, but I think that Will got in feelings about that because of who August is. That's just my thought process on that.
so DK chimed in and say greed and selfishness equals entanglement.
Mhm.
Greed,
Yes.
selfishness equal entanglement. Yeah, I mean, definitely, um, when you are supposedly in a one situation, and then you are in another one because of some other desires or what have you, which I think can be a greed thing for sure and a selfishness thing for sure. I can definitely see that point. So, yeah. I have not watched the whole show, so I've only seen like bits and pieces of it. I've probably seen more of the August interview than I have of.
Oh, I haven't seen his interview. I've been told that that's a good interview to watch. I only saw Will and Jada's.
Yeah, he was quite emotional, quite shaken. You could tell that it really disturbed him.
Mhm.
So,
But I think that what Daryl was saying about the greed, and the selfishness. I think that anytime that you're in a relationship with someone and you step out on them, I think you are being selfish because you are not thinking about that other person's feelings. You know what I mean? And I know Will did say that he was done with her. He was like, I was done with your A. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they were saying they were separated, but at the end of the day, they were still legally married. So that was wrong, on both of their behalves, because obviously he stepped out before too.
so Nuke said entanglement equals dangerment. Not everyone will be able to walk away like they did. Someone ends up getting hurt, which I think we see that a lot. I mean, I feel like that's what happens, especially when sex is involved in relationships. There is a tie, and oftentimes it's difficult to break that tie. People catch feelings, and this is it can be a challenge. It can definitely be a challenge. Pamelia said entanglement as if you just ended up somewhere you weren't in control of going. So I think what she's saying, or what I'm interpreting her to say, is that it's almost like you check your senses at the door, right?
Well, I think what she's saying is what I was trying to say. I think they both caught feelings. I think August caught feelings, and I think Jada caught feelings. That's what I really think is the case,
Right.
And I think that's Will was like, you need to end it. I mean, unless we were to talk to them personally and they were honest and open up, we would never know exactly, what happened, or how they felt. But based on from the interview, I was just kind of reading between the lines because I'm like, they ain't gonna give us everything. You know what I mean?
One thing I was gonna say is that, like, I guess supposedly they have an open marriage, but when you have like an open marriage or something like that, it's like it's no boundaries. So one thing that stood out to me that Will said is, "I'm gonna get you back," and so to me that sounds so childish because he's saying he's gonna get her back. But that comes in was like, if you do something like that, then it means that person's gonna try to top what you did. So that's where that comes in. I'm gonna get you back type thing. So it's like there's no boundary. So what is the guideline? What's too far and what's not too far? They don't even know. So it's almost like whatever you do, I'm gonna have to top what you did. That's why he said I'm gonna get you back, which sound like an adolescent.
Yeah, but you also heard her say that I think you've already gotten me back.
He did say that.
So she was alluding to the fact that he has, but that's why I think that there's a lot more to it than they are willing to express because, and also when Nicole was talking about earlier, based on what someone else said, I mean, in terms of hurting people or the comment that someone made, I mean, their kids were affected by this because I think their son is the one that introduced him to them. Right. So, I mean, this just goes a whole lot deeper than just that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I agree.
It does.
But I do like when they said, "Hey, we go. What is a we gonna ride together?" What is the Bad Boys quote?
Ride together, die together, bad marriage to the end, or something like that.
Bad marriage for life. So I think that just put everything to basically to say no matter what happens, Will and Jada ain't going nowhere. It's us. We're going to work through whatever it is that we need to work through. And I thought that was a level of commitment that was probably far greater than anything I've seen. You to get on national TV and be interviewed by your spouse, and then y'all agree that y'all aren't going anywhere.
But I mean, I think that's almost easy if you're allowed to do whatever you want to do. You don't have to go nowhere. I still can get whatever I want to do. I could do whatever I want to in this marriage. So why would I go anywhere?
So I will have a question. Who said that they have an open marriage? Did Will and Jada say that they have an open marriage? Did that come from out of their mouths, or was that assumed?
I'm trying to see how they described it. They kind of described it a different way. But I think that's what everybody else is saying. It's kind of like an open marriage.
Because based on the interview, to me, I didn't necessarily see their relationship as open, as open as what other people try to make it seem. I see it as, they might get passes, and I've heard of people giving their spouses passes, but that don't necessarily mean that, you could just up and do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it.
Mm-hmm. So my question would be, what you not open to? If you get passes, what you not open to?
Right.
What's too far? That's the issue. What's too far?
Exactly. And that could be feelings don't get caught. And you never know when you're going to get involved with someone if feelings are going to get caught.
Yeah. So
I agree.
They created a hot mess, and 2 years later, the pain may be greater than they may have planned for.
I agree, Ozzie.
I totally agree, Ozzie. Thank you, Ozzie, for jumping right on and contributing. Ozzie, you the number one fan.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, I think the trust is breached, and it's difficult to rebuild that, whether it's open or not. I think again, still feelings get in the way. You know,
Definitely.
we might try to act like it doesn't, but it does. You know, these are other human beings that we dealing with.
But
So.
see, I think that that makes me think about, all these couples that are swingers, and how I think that there are times when they do think, oh, it's okay, it's that person. But then you can tell when your spouse is more smitten on one person more so than the other. And that's why I'm saying I really think that in this case, there were feelings on Jada's behalf.
Mm-hmm. So DK said couples need to discuss deal breakers.
Right. I agree, DK.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out what's too far. All you get past is okay. So when can I not get a pass? What's too far? And so whenever you don't really have that set,
like, it's you and me. Listen, that's it. That's too far.
When you don't know what's too far, then you just end up saying, okay, I felt like you went too far, so I'm gonna get you back, like Will said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So Nick, I got a question.
Yeah.
So based on the interview, a lot of people were saying that they thought that Will was really hurt. He just looked hurt. Do you feel that way, or do you feel like Will was just acting?
No, I really feel like he was hurt, because again, that comment when he made, that's what really stood out to me, is that he said, I'm gonna get you back. You see what I'm saying? Whenever a man says that, he is deeply hurt and he wants revenge. So when he said, I'm gonna get you back, that he meant everything he just said. And that's why she said, I think you already got me back. He said, that's probably true, but I'm still gonna get you back. So he was deeply hurt.
Mm-hmm.
August was putting it. Hey, listen, I think that this done made August stock go up with the ladies. I'm sorry.
Well,
he need to put out a song.
I heard he was. I heard he putting out an album, and he's using this.
Oh
hey.
All righty. Well, yeah, I think that I was actually really pretty surprised that they would talk about this openly like this, because they seem to have been quite private about their, home life.
But I think that they had to. I think that because I think August put it out there first, and then I think that I have to give credit to Alyssa for sharing this. Remember when Wendy Williams, when she used to talk about people, and then everything happened with her husband, but she didn't really want to address it, and like she had to. So it's like Jada has a table talk show. So it would kind of be, hypocritical of her to not address it when she puts everything else out there. So, I think that she had to.
Okay.
Right. I think they had no choice. Like you said, Nicole, they're normally private, but when August came out, they really had no choice. They had to say something.
Yeah.
If you have the perfect platform, like you said, you got table talk. If she wasn't gonna come out with it, they're gonna be calling you got to say something. This what you do.
I always feel like it's better for you to tell your own story than for someone else to be able to tell your story. So by having Will be the person that interviewed her, they were able to control what was said and how it was put out there. So I thought that was brilliant of them to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this next topic was something that I brought before the love team. I don't really know how to
just ask it.
Specify it, but I'm just gonna read y'all what
read it out.
what I shared with the love team, so you can kind of get the gist of what's going on. I'm a little perplexed by it, because I'm trying to get a good handle on stability and peace of mind, and this is related to men. So it reads that men attend to women for two reasons: sex and love. But in most cases, men do not marry for sex or for love. They marry for stability. Let me explain. A man can love you and not marry you. A man can have sex with you for years without marrying you. But immediately he finds someone who brings stability in his life, he marries her. What I mean by stability is peace of mind. I have seen some guys who made the statement, I love this lady, but I don't think I can spend the rest of my life with her. Men are visionaries when they think about marriage. They do not think about wedding dresses, bridesmaids, anything that most ladies think is fanciful. They think whether this woman can build me a home, can she take care of my kids and I, can she give me peace of mind? Men don't like ladies who give them discomfort. This is why a man can stay with a woman for years and meet another in a month, then get married to her. It's the comfort of having peace of mind they want. Sex is a pleasure, love is an affection, respect is stability. So I know that people are like, what don't you get? So part of my issue with this, because I have a girlfriend who I think is about to go through this. She was with someone for almost a decade. No, a little more than a decade. And seems like she would have been like the perfect person for, this person. But maybe she didn't give him peace of mind. I mean, she went in and made his house a home. Took care of cooking and cleaning and everything that a wife, a wifey would do. But I'm just perplexed about this whole peace of mind thing. Again, I didn't live with them, so I don't know. But I just,
Well, we better let the men talk about it.
yeah.
Explain it a little bit more. Like DK, Ozzie, whatever other man is on the live, chime in, please, so we can give Nicole some clarity. Because I get it.
Married for stability and peace of mind. Okay, so tell me about the peace of mind piece.
Tell her about all of it, Nick. Break it down for one time.
I know she said a lot, and I think there's a lot of truth in it. One thing a man really values is respect. So I know you mentioned a lot of different things that she seemed like she might be the perfect wife, but you really can't view that through a woman's eyes. You have to view that through the man's eyes, and it really can't do that. And so a man only knows exactly what he's looking for. That's why it's certain men, they may be with a woman for a certain time, but it's like they won't bring them home to mama. Because when they bring the woman home to meet their mom or their parents, then that is like wifey material. So you have several different women they may be with for a while, but it's like, well, you won't make it home to mommy because it's certain things they are looking for in a woman. One of the main things is respect. Whenever, like you said, we talked about this before, it's not that a man don't want you to hold him accountable, but it's like the way you hold him accountable. Can you hold him accountable at the same time, motivating him and building him up without tearing him down? When a man is out there working all day, he don't want to come home to a whole bunch of drama. He want to come to a woman yelling at him. Because the thing is, if he's fighting hell all day, he want to come home to peace. And if he can't get that from you, then guess what? That's not stability for him. So it's a lot of different variables in this thing. But I'm going to let some of the other men chime in. I'm just going to start it off.
So I think so. Prior to this live, the group, the love team, again, like I mentioned to you all earlier, we present questions amongst ourselves, and this was a topic that someone shared with me earlier in the week, and I presented to the love team, and Nick so graciously expressed that part of this was I asked, does that mean that you don't challenge the man and you just do whatever he wants you to do for fear that he might feel like you're not giving him peace or you're not respecting him? So you just take this kind of submissive, subservient role so that he don't feel like you are disturbing his peace. And Nick said, no, you need to challenge him. You need to hold him accountable, but don't talk to him like a child. And don't, you said, discuss emotional emotions, but approach him with respect. So I think, for women, I think there's a balance there for us to not come off as belittling or like we're talking down, but being respectful as well. So some humility, I think, is in order. But you also want to be able to be open and honest about whatever it is you're thinking or want to express. So I don't know. I ain't never been married. These are just my thoughts about it. All right, Ozzie chimed in. So let's see what Ozzie got to say. Said 3 things a man needs, not want. He said needs. He should have put that capitalized needs, not want. Respect, companionship, and sex. He is wired by the creator for it. Anything else he may want to just go into a foxhole. Okay, so respect. Is it in
Big.
that order? Look, is it in that order?
I don't know. Sex may come after respect. I don't know if that's in order. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
agree with it, but I don't know if it's in order.
Well, he's not putting them in order. He's just giving you the
Yeah,
three.
he just
I'm
getting
being messy.
Yeah.
All right. So sex, companionship, and respect. Okay.
When you hold a man accountable, your delivery is everything. Because you don't want to deal with a man with a fragile ego, and you don't want to be the one that make his ego fragile. So it's like how you talk to him and how you say things. You got something called a soft approach or soft opening. Like, baby, you know what? I would like to discuss something with you when you get a moment. And it's also ways that people that's in as counselors and mental health know this. You can use I statements, and I statements don't. It make sure that you're not blaming the person. So you're saying I feel like this. So it's like that person doesn't feel blame, and you don't put them on the defense. So your approach in everything that you do with a man always have respect in your approach. If you start yelling and talking to him any kind of way, like you talking to a child, you already lost him. He already tuned you out. He's not even listening. You might as well.
I know that to be true. That is true. I know that.
He already checked out. Matter of fact, in his mind, he done walked out the door already. So while you still over there yapping, and then sometimes women's like, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" No, he didn't, because he stopped listening. So,
good points. Good points. No, I think this is so. Why I mean, it might seem like duh to some folks, but I think for some of us women, no, we don't know this. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand why we're not getting through, and why there's this wall, this barrier, this blockage in terms of the communication. So I think it's really important that we just, talk about this. So I really do appreciate you taking the time to share that, Nick.
Yeah, no problem. Like you said, Nicole, it's not taught unless you kind of go. You have a good friend and maybe a counselor or something like that, or somebody that's an expert in relationship. It's really not taught. So unless a guy tells you, and a lot of times a guy may not take time to break that down to you like that. And some guys may not even be able to verbalize it like I just did. You see what I'm saying? But he knows what he do though. That he feel disrespected. He knows that. But they may not be able to actually articulate why he has an issue with you the way you talking to him.
Okay.
So again, some guys may just walk out because they're like, I ain't taking this. I'm just not.
So. Yeah.
I just hope that when those guys get that from a woman, I just hope that they can reciprocate that same thing, because we want the same thing. We want peace. We want respect. You know what I mean? We want companionship. And I just hope that it's reciprocal.
Right. And I think DK said it earlier. It's just like, and probably maybe Ozzie, it's just, that's some of the things you have to talk about. How do you like to be communicated to? How do you communicate? And how can I show you respect, but still at the same time hold you accountable or challenge you? I think that's a good, viable conversation that people need to have. And so I think that would help a lot.
So we got a couple comments. Dan the Man Richardson said, I believe a woman must understand the dynamics of the relationship. People must learn how to communicate what they need versus what they want.
Good. Right.
I agree.
All right. So, somebody co-signing. Boy, look at here. Mrs.
How you doing?
Nick Raines. Mrs. Nick Raines on the line. Hey, Erica.
Hey, Erica.
Thank you for being on, love. All right. And then Ozzie said women need conversation, affection, and attention. So that is duly important indeed. So check that out. Men, Ozzie said, need respect, companionship, and sex. Women, Ozzie said, need conversation, affection, attention. Boy.
I think we need a whole lot more than that. We need sex too, Ozzie.
So that's a start, right, Jakeisha? That's a start, right?
Oh, okay.
He didn't say he was summing up a woman. He just said some of the things.
He was generalizing, Joe Keetra. Okay.
He was generalizing.
Okay.
But I think that's a very good point from the standpoint of just kind of how we tick a little differently in terms of what our needs are.
Yeah, I agree.
How do the two meet and, come together and make this harmony that Ozzie was talking about? If, the needs are a little bit different for men and women, it's a wonder that we even able to pull it together in some regards. All right. Pamelia said 10 years. That's the star on the mall map. You are here. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be laughing at that. She said.
Okay, can you elaborate on that, please?
She said that's the star on the mall map. You are here. When you go to the mall and you see the map in the star.
Oh, okay.
You are here. She said, now figure out why. So she's saying she needs to figure out why 10 years and no marriage.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was having a blind moment.
It's okay. It's all good. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
One comment I want to say also is that, Nicole, and to your point, to your question, you asked, men need this, women need this, right? And how can we come together and figure out what each other need? Besides the conversation, how much research is each partner doing? Like on their own, like how many books are you reading about how men ticks and how women tick? Who's doing that? A lot of times you find out
people ain't read no books.
Exactly, and that's the issue. That is the issue right there. People are not reading books to really find. They say they want to know, but you're not really diving in trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
They read some Zane.
That's why you have to keep interviewing. That's why you have to interview. You have to keep interviewing and asking.
We want to deal with reality. We want to deal with what's research-based and what works. That's what I'm saying. So people say they want to know, but do you really want to know? If you really want to know, you probably start reading some books to educate yourself. And that is the issue.
We don't want to know. We don't want to. We just want God. We just want God to just put him right in front of us and be like, "Listen, there he is."
You want to get some advice from your homeboy.
But not only that, Nick, we aren't even really willing to research the person.
Mm-hmm.
I think the notebook thing is genius. I think it is absolutely genius. Now, mind you, I am a note taker. So in my notes on my phone, I have notes about people.
Oh,
yes. I have, what they like to eat, favorite color, what their pet peeves are, what types of sporting things they like to do. Yeah, I got all of these notes in my phone about them. And I add to it. Something, my ears perk up because he said he liked something else. I add another little note on there about him. So, I think if you are serious about wanting to, be with this person, date this person, I think there's some study that needs to go into it. You don't just kind of fly by the seat of your pants.
I like what Ozzie said when Ozzie said about learn him, learn who he is. I think that a lot of people don't do that. And I know whenever I meet someone, I always say, you can just really get to know me, the real me. That will help things out, not just on who you perceive I am, or think I might be based on, Facebook or whatever. If you can just really get to know me, that'll make all the difference in the world in a relationship. Because in my marriage, like I said, I don't think he knew what my favorite color was, what I enjoy doing, none of those things. And that really does make a difference.
Yeah.
Really paying attention to detail. Like I like to say, if a guy and woman, if you're really paying attention to that person, a lot of times when you need gifts and birthdays, a lot of times you don't have to actually ask what they need. You already know because you've been listening the whole time. They tell you all day. But are you listening? That's the whole point. Are you paying attention to detail? Like you said, Nicole, get a notebook. If you on the phone, they don't know you taking notes. And then you can bring that thing back to them. They said 6 months because we forget what we say a lot of times. They're like, how do you know that?
Yeah, because they got good notes.
Exactly. So it's just really paying attention to detail. That helps.
So Courtney wants to know, do you have any books that you recommend?
Yes.
He perked up on that.
What's the name of this? Hold on for a minute.
He wouldn't be the Love Innovators if he didn't, Courtney.
Yeah, I know, right? So my cousin Tanya said, pay attention to details. Pay attention to details. So yes, got to do that. Got to. Joe Keisha, you're pretty good at that because you've talked about how you will get his favorite candy or, something to make that date special.
And I know I had an ex-boyfriend that was really great with detail. I know for my birthday, he surprised me. He hit every mark. He fixed me breakfast in bed. He had the room decorated when I came to see him. He knew I loved cupcakes, so he planned a whole little trip for us to have cupcakes and go to dinner. I mean, he knew I'd enjoy horseback riding, so he had planned the whole horseback riding. I mean, he literally the entire weekend he paid attention to detail, and I think those are the type of things that you don't forget. You know what I mean? Because I had a boyfriend that would leave little cards for me under the pillow, so because I love cards. So when I woke up in the morning, there'd be a little card with message on it. So it's like, once you've had that kind of treatment, it's kind of hard for you to just go for somebody to just be like, hey.
Right. All right. Nick, what you got for us?
So the first book I have, it's The Proper Care and Feeding of a Husband by Dr. Laura Schlesinger. If you guys can see it. All right.
Proper what?
The proper care.
Well, you need to put that in the comments.
All right. So Nicole, it's the proper care and feeding of husbands. Proper care and feeding of husbands.
Okay.
Okay, so tell us about it. We got the title, but tell us about it.
All right. So this is pretty much exactly what a man needs. This is totally how he communicates, how you need to communicate to him, what you communicate to him, how to please him, how to interpret what he's really saying.
Okay, the proper care. I heard you to say the proper care. Let me type that in.
Feeding of husbands.
Yes.
Let me go on Amazon. Goodbye, y'all. I got to go on Amazon and order that right now.
It's the New York Times bestseller. New York Times bestseller. I suggest any woman get this book. Every woman, actually, if you want to.
Okay.
You really want to know how to take care of a man, I suggest any woman get this book. And every woman.
Repeat that one more time.
The Proper Care and Feeding of Husbands.
And feeding.
I put it in the comments.
Yeah.
How you spell husbands? No, I'm just kidding.
Stop.
Yeah. So what? Dr. Laura, and I'm gonna spell her last name, Nicole, the author.
Okay.
It's Dr. Laura, 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 and her last name is SCHLESSINGR. So I think it's
one more time.
SCHLESSINGER.
All right.
He's a New York Times best-selling author, national bestseller, more than 1 million copies in print.
Wow.
So that's one book for the women, but I got a lot I can suggest.
Well, you got to give the men one too. If you gave us one, you got to give them one too, other than the Bible, when it says that a man is supposed to love a woman the way God loved the church. How about that?
Okay. So one of my favorite authors is Dr. John Gottman. Okay. So this would be a good book for men, and it's called The Man's Guide to Women. Simple as that.
Wow.
So that'd be it. So I heard you to say that that'd be a good gift to give to some man on your first date.
Yes. So tell you a little bit about Dr. John Gottman. I actually studied him in school as well, and I fell in love with this guy. He actually said when it comes to especially marriages, he said he has something called a love lab that he built. And he said within 15 minutes, he said he could predict at a 95% rate who's going to get a divorce or who stay married.
Wow.
Godman, Godman.
Gottman. John Gottman. The Man's Guide to Women. I have a lot of his books, but this is one of the best ones right here for the men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Courtney, I hope you heard that. All right. Well, are there
Nick, can I check out the proper care and feeding of husbands? Can I check that out from you? Can we do a library card?
I'll let you borrow.
Can I pick it up tomorrow? Can I check it out?
We'll link up.
All righty. Well, are there any closing remarks that we want to make before we head out? All right. We want to invite folks to subscribe to our Single in the City Where Kings Meet Queens YouTube channel. So our last maybe 3 or 4 live broadcasts are on our YouTube channel. We don't have any subscribers right now. So
we're not even subscribers. Shame on us.
We have to
start promoting that more.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, check out our YouTube channel. Also, if you have not followed us on Single in the City Facebook page where Kings Meet Queens, please by all means do so. Courtney said thank you. Nick?
You're welcome, Courtney.
Yep. All right. And then also, if you want to be a single that we spotlight, let us know so that we can get your information and spotlight you. So, and also if you have any thoughts about topics or guests that we can have on the show, by all means share that with us as well. All right.
And I know this is Thursday. Maybe we should say that we really gonna start doing it every Tuesday. So y'all can go ahead and like mark your calendar, like Tuesdays at 8:30. You'll be seeing us. I know I have gotten off from Club Pub. So every Tuesday I'm available.
We got on our Publix green tonight.
Yes, go Publix. Go Publix. Go. Thank you for the gift card.
Right. So we are gonna wrap this up. But again, thank you, viewers, for your comments. Thank you to our single spotlight, Ozzie.
Yay! Ozzie and Alasha, thank you.
Alasha, thank you both for being our first single spotlights. But hopefully,
get in their DMs.
Yes, many more to come. So I put their Facebook names in the comments. So check them out if you're interested. They are single and ready to mingle. All right. Well, we're gonna be.
Green looks good on you. It actually is a pretty color on you.
Thank you so much.
The braids look nice.
Yes.
Serve, baby, serve.
Yes. All right. So we will see y'all next week. God willing.
On Tuesday.
All right. Peace.